Morning, afternoon, people. Yeah, just coming back with another perhaps airdrop opportunity. Actually, pretty much this airdrop is guaranteed. So I'm gonna go over a protocol that I've been using for quite some time. It's called Velodrome. It's been around for about a year now. I got in. I actually received an airdrop of this token. A year ago, and I locked it up basically. So I could earn fees. Originally, when I got the token, I didn't know what it was, and I was just curious. So I just thought, okay, I'll lock it for 4 years and just see where it goes. And it turns out that, I mean, it's got a lot of potential. So what I thought I'd do is I'd bring it to your attention. And the reason for that is because they're talking about giving an airdrop for another token called Aerofi. Yeah, so it's just basically like a fork of Velodrome, but on base chain. So if you don't know what base chain is, it's basically Coinbase's decentralized network, and they're going to be basically it's going to be like a mirror of what Velodrome does. So if I just go back a bit, what Velodrome is, or the Velo token does, is you buy it and you vest it. So if I just basically this is what you'd come to in the beginning when you first start, and you would buy purchase Velo. Now I would like to point out that Velodrome is only purchasable, if that is a real word, is only purchasable on Velodrome. So in order to get the Velodrome token, you would have to be on the Optimism network. So what I'm planning on doing is maybe doing another video which would explain how you would get onto the Optimism network, like I did with the ZK Sync, in order to get the gold free token. Oh my god, so much jargon. Right, let me breathe. Yeah. So basically, what you would need to do is you would need to get onto the Optimism network in L2, fund it with some ETH, and then come along to Velodrome and purchase this token, Velo. Then you would need to vest it. So if you go to the vest screen here, you would be able to create a lock, and then you would lock up your tokens for a certain amount of time. So you can see here, like one Velo locked for 4 years gives you one Velo, so it's 1 to 1. But the shorter duration period that you lock it for, the less Velo that you would get in rebases. I'll go over what rebases are in a minute. um, but yeah, so you've got like options as well. So you can do it locked for a week, if you need liquidity straight away, or a month, a year, or 4 years. Yeah. So what can you do with this now? So basically, when it's locked, it allows you to vote. So when you vote, there are like different trading pairs. So every week or every Thursday, you're able to vote on which which protocols you can earn fees, bribes, and what's the other one? Yeah, free bribes and APR. So you've got APR, bribes, fees, and additional bribes. Now they've got something called retroactive public goods funding. So like basically the Optimism Collective have allocated OP tokens to Velodrome to incentivize people to vote on these different pools or different pairs. And why would they do that? Is because if a new project comes out and they need liquidity for people to be able to move the coin in and out of the coin, um, they can offer bribes in the form of OP tokens to incentivize people to vote on that particular pair. I know it's a mouthful, it's a lot, but that's the general gist of it. So when you actually vest your token, you get an NFT. So if I just click on here and go to OpenSea quickly, and I can show you OpenSea. Sorry, bear with me a minute. I should have prepped this. I guess this. Okay. So if I can show you my, here it is. No, that was here. It's down here. So basically, you get it in the form of an NFT. So like as you can see here, like I'm token 151. It doesn't give you that much information. In fact, it's pretty blank. But yeah, this is you would get your vesting schedule in the form of an NFT that you could then sell on to a second, to somebody else if you were to put it on the market. But if you actually look at it, there's not many people that are buying or selling these. I can go to activity and see that there's not much going on. Yeah, like people are bidding. Like you can sell it for some substantial amounts, but I think there's some sort of you gotta pay 30% to unlock it. Like so, whatever your equity is locked in the Velodrome vesting, you would give 30% back, and then you could sell it on the open market. And if someone knows how to read this, then yeah, it's basically yeah, basically if they know what they're purchasing, they're willing to pay good money for it. So you can see one sold for 2.5 ETH. So I've got a feeling it had a substantial amount in there. Yeah, if you need that liquidity. So going back to Velodrome, once every Wednesday or Thursday, you would get something called rewards. So like you'd vote on this OPUSD, like you see I have here, and you got bribes, so you get a portion of the 1,594 OP or the 2,128 USD. Now along the week, the devs will actually add additional bribes, like I said, additional OP tokens that would be allocated to you. So if I go to the rewards here, I'll show you. So as you can see here, I've got, well, it's saying 0, but if I refresh it, it might take a minute. Apologies, guys. Yeah, like I said, my views are picked up quite a bit, so I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep bringing like airdrop guides and maybe new protocols that I'd be interested in, or I am invested in, and we can take it from there. See, the thing is, it's like at the moment. Here we go. Okay, I don't know where fees rebases. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, see, so you've got bribes. So I got 5 OP and 3.64 Velo, and 41 OP and 32 USD. So like I got paid, and then this bit at the bottom is basically a rebase because there's an emission schedule. So every week more Velo gets emitted into the ecosystem, and in order for you to not be how do I put it? In order for your balance to become worth less, they allocate Velo to you to keep the amount that you've originally invested in the token that you vested. How do I put it? Let me rephrase it. How do I put it like that is clean? Okay, so the rebase basically keeps you balanced. That's how I would put it. So you don't actually lose out on the value of the money that you've locked in because you're getting the money, the rebase to keep you balanced from the emissions. I can link to some documentation in the description so you can read up a bit more on it, but basically you don't lose money from emissions or Velo value. That's what we'll call it, Velo value. Yeah, so then I'll just show you. So if I click claim all, yeah, I'll bring this up. Just excuse me for a second. I'm just going to pause it here so I can process this. Pause. Okay, you're still here. I guess I can edit that out. So basically I just click confirm here. Confirm. Alright, and on my other screen something should pop up. And then I just need to verify the transaction. So I mean, I go through. I use a Nano Ledger S. So every transaction I do, I have to sign for because it's more secure. So I'm just opening that up. There you go. Yeah. I mean, patience is key with these type of things, you know. I wouldn't say this is a new application, and there's actually some really interesting news going on with Velo, as in they're gonna have a V2 that comes out on the 15th of June, and there's loads of different aspects that are going to be approved upon in regards to the protocol, the user interface, and UX, user experience. So I've signed the transaction now, and it's saying claim all available bribes. As you can see, like at the moment on Optimism, the transactions are extremely cheap, like a couple pence, because they just had something called the Bedrock update. I'm going to do a video on that on my next video, just to go over the Optimism protocol, just to keep you guys informed of what exactly is going on in regards to the development. Now I know, like, you know, price has been going down and things are looking a bit peak at the moment, but there's plenty of innovation and plenty of new things going on in regards to innovations in the Ethereum ecosystem, and I feel like price action is just a distraction. Yeah, it rhymes as well. Price action is just a distraction, and if you stand firm and you start using these protocols properly, you will profit in the long run. I'm not talking like 6 months, I'm talking like a couple years, but you really need to get to grips with how all of these things work in order to benefit. Yeah, so as you can see on my screen, sorry, I just need to minimize it on my other screen. There you go. You can see that rewards are claimed. So I've claimed all my bribes, claimed all my fees, and I've rebased. I don't know if you want to rewind, but I had like 159,000 V Velo. But if I go to my vests now, it should be up here. So I've got I've still got 159, but it's up by about 300. So there's a difference there. You can see the Velo locked 215,000. Now what I want to do now is decide on which pool I want to vote on. So at the moment, I've been voting on the OPUSD pool, volatility pool, and I've been earning these bribes and fees. But I want to change it up. So what I do is I just reduce my vote here, yeah, and then I can increase my vote here. Now bear in mind, like every week, you can just leave your votes. So if I was to vote, if I was to leave my votes, I wouldn't have to re-vote and pay a gas fee. But because I want to change it up, I'm going to change it to USD SUSD, and it's only going to cost me 22 cents to do so. So I can click confirm there, sign the transaction, and then yeah, that should basically allocate my Velo to the liquidity pool of USD SUSD. Okay. So next week, Wednesday, Thursday morning, I should receive my fees, bribes, and etc. etc. And we do that every week, every epoch, as we call it in the industry. And yeah, yeah, that's basically Velodrome for you. Now, keep in mind, yeah, you can only get the Velo token on Velodrome. You can't get it on any centralized exchange, which is what I like. Being in the Discord, I've spoken. Well, I've seen the devs talk. I've spoken to the admin. I don't know if he's a dev, but the admins and the developers in there, and they have had offers for Velodrome to be listed on big exchanges, centralized exchanges like Binance, and they've turned them down because they want to keep this protocol pure, and I respect that. Now, moving on, why would you want to get involved in Velodrome? Yeah, so I'm trying to give you guys an incentive to join up, and basically, let's see if I go to here, so Airdrome. So Airdrome will be the liquidity hub of Build on Base and an integral part of its ecosystem, built in partnership with Velodrome. It will be use of public goods flywheel to empower Build on Base developers, community, and infrastructure. So basically, what Coinbase, who have like 112 million users, are saying is we're going to use the Velodrome protocol. What I've just shown you, basically, we're going to fork it, and we're going to do the same thing where you can vote and move your liquidity around and whatnot for the base chain, which is Coinbase's decentralized L2 network built on Ethereum. Okay, let me see if I can. Yes, I've done that. Yeah, so I also the airdrop only goes towards new locks and not people who have been with Velodrome from the start, because I'm one of the early adopters. And it says existing lockers and new lockers qualify. So that means that if you were to, find a way to buy some Velo and lock it up, you are entitled to a portion of this aerodrome, yeah, airdrop. Essentially, they're going to mirror it 1-to-1. So if you lock up your token, say you lock up 500 Velo right now, you would get 500 Airdrome on the base chain, which is, pretty cool. So base chain, yeah, here it is. I can post a link. I'm gonna put a link to all of these new protocols. A new Ethereum L2 incubated by Coinbase and built on open source OP stack, which is the Optimism layer 2. Okay. Yeah. So there's an incentive for you to perhaps maybe jump on the Velodrome train before prices go crazy. I mean, when it was announced, the price did skyrocket up to 12 cents, and it's been as high as 24 cents. I don't know who's selling. I think people who got like a larger position who are getting emissions. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good opportunity with this sell-off that's going on in the market to actually pick up some Velodrome and lock it up. And like I said, you are guaranteed some sort of airdrop in the future from Coinbase, and yeah, no, it's the first token that's been announced to be used on Coinbase, and that's about it. I will say that I will do another video on Velodrome because they're gonna have their V2, their version 2. I think it's coming out on June 15th. So I'm gonna do another video, basically just going through the differences. So if you watch this video and then I do another video on the V2 that comes out next week, then you can see the differences and the improvements that they made. Apparently, it's going to be massive improvements, like auto compounding. I think they're going to give you an NFT for the NFT I've shown you. This basic NFT I've shown you here. Like, yeah, they're going to give you like, I don't know if it's going to be a picture or what. It's not loading. I don't know why it's not loading. My internet's good. I've got hyper optic. I don't know why it's not. I shouldn't say that. You guys are going to be like, oh, he's got hyper optic, so that narrows him down where he is and whatever. I'm not worth much, so yeah, this is going to be turned into something special. So yeah, I would go about perhaps looking into it. I just thought it was another opportunity I should point out to you guys. Please like and subscribe. Yeah, and that's about it. I'm going to leave a link to also my goal-free referral link. So if you're interested in sports betting, it's Champions League today. If you want to make some bets, please use my referral code. If you check out my videos, it will show you how to use goal-free, how to get onto the network, how to get started. And remember, if you do spend more than 100 on goal-free, then basically you will become a referee as well. Okay, at the moment I've got 45 total referees, and my referral volume is 676. I'm trying to make it to 10,000 so I can become a premium referee, but you're probably not watching now and I'm just waffling on. So I hope you guys are all doing well. It's going to be 30 degrees here in London, and yeah,